Hey guys, it's Lauren. If you need help with any writing tips or you're refilling your creative well, you have come to the right place, as I am a blind author. Me and Nicole are the co-authors of Hunted Trilogy. The first book is Hunted the Immortal Kiss, and also have a collection of poems called Ignited Melodies that are all on Amazon.
Clarification, poetry books, just Lauren.
So today, I wanted to share the story I wrote for writer Sam Wicker's character randomization. They're held either the last Sunday or the last weekend of the month, and this time the character I had to write for was a nymph, or like a plant creature. And I was kind of confused on what's the difference between a nymph and a dryad, and I had to go for Nick for help because I tried to research it, and they're very similar.
They are. Doesn't have they're also both from Greek mythology. So the difference is that a dryad translates to the woman of the tree. So dryads are only women or young girls that are born from or turn into trees. And then nymphs are also women or young girls, but they can be either from the pond, rivers, lakes, meadows, rocks, like anything besides a tree.
Anything tied to nature.
Yes. So they're known as spirits of nature or woman nature instead. So that's the difference.
And then can they control nature once they're turned?
Both control nature. But dryads can only control what is connected to the tree they're born from. So like, say he came across a dogwood tree and he broke one of the branches.
Yeah.
If a dryad was born from that tree, she would have a broken limb. Where a nymph, say that a pond was being polluted, they would have the ability to use their powers to either clean the pond or help life grow back into it.
Oh, okay. Okay, I did write for him. Got it. Yay!
But the thing that most people are confused is that both dryads and nymphs can both have a tree. And that's what confuses a lot of people.
We're so smart.
And this is a mythology nerd, that's why. Jasmyn walked from eternal bliss, a rustic quaint cottage nestled on the east side of Dante's forest. Laughter followed two young girls in matching black halter dresses, both wearing dark makeup. Come on, Jasmyn, the younger one pleaded, their hands intertwined, drawn closer. The older one bit her bottom lip, showing a loose strand of long red hair in her hand. I'm not sure, Raina. Your parents forbid this place for a reason. Jasmyn protests, yanking her hand free. Raina stuck out her tongue. We only have 1 day left before school resumes. I'm going in for a drink. You can wait for me out here. Raina diddled, flipping her blonde hair over her shoulder. Jasmyn opened her mouth, trying to change her cousin's mind, yet Raina diddled, entering the bar. With an annoyed sigh, Jasmyn followed, not wanting to be left alone outside. The interior was filled with brown leather sofas, with one wooden dance floor adjacent to the bar. White fairy lights hung from the ceiling, illuminating the small space and soft white light. Jasmyn blinked, waiting for her eyes to adjust to the light. Reversing the bar, she flashed the bartender a tight smile, crossing her long legs in front of her on the bar stool. They asked what drink she wanted when she turned her head over her shoulder, watching her cousin dancing with a group of men. I'll have a gin and tonic and anything this lovely lady wants. A deep male voice hollered over the music as the bartender stared at Jasmyn expectantly. Thank you. Jasmyn studied the strange markings on the gold coin before the bartender pocketed it. She nodded her head and faints to the bartender as they placed a drink in front of her. The stranger cleared his throat after a moment of silence had passed between them. "Oh no, you don't want me as your dance partner. I'm not very graceful." Jasmyn groaned. "There's your drink." "I'm sure my cousin would be happy to dance with you," she protests, nodding to the blonde, swinging her hips in tune with the upbeat jazz number. The man reached out, placing his hand over hers as warmth traveled up her arm. "Did she force you to come?" he asked as she nodded. She didn't want to come alone and have some creep prey on her. "We're just unwinding before going back to Hunter University next week," she rambled, pulling her hand free to rest it in her lap. "I hope it didn't come on too strong. I'm Xander, by the way," he offered, extending his hand to her once more. Jasmyn took a sip of her drink. Weird. Usually Raina's the one who flirts with strangers, she thought, tracing the rim of her glass with her index finger. "A freshman studying music theory," she stated, talking more to herself than Xander. Raina approached the bar, throwing her arms around Jasmyn's shoulders in a hug. "Jasmyn, there you are. Though, who's your friend?" she squealed, taking a sip of Jasmyn's drink. Xander smiled, offering a vodka cranberry for Raina. "Xander Delort?" "Yeah, alright. I tried to ask your cousin to dance, but she politely declined," he explained, wearing a heated glare from Jasmyn as Raina snorted. "Jazz, don't be rude. He was kind enough to buy us drinks. The least you could do is dance with him," Raina protested, grabbing Jasmyn's arm, trying to pull her to her feet. "He's not that bad looking either," Raina whispered, winking at Xander. "Fine, it will shut you up," Jasmyn huffed, watching Xander rise to his feet, extending his hand to her as they approached the dance floor. Xander sighed in relief as the band switched to a slower tempo, sweeping her arms around his shoulders. His hand slipped around her waist, guiding her through the simple steps of a waltz. Jasmyn's cheeks flushed, feeling her heel step on his foot, muttering an apology. Her awkwardness earned a throat laugh from Xander. "I tried to warn you," she protests, resting her cheek against the shoulder of his leather jacket. Her eyes traveled over his shoulder, annoyed to see that her cousin had disappeared. "Traitor!" The song ended as Xander's eyes met hers as he took her hand, leading her outside. The warm air tickled her skin, snapping her out of her daze. "Wait, where are you going?" "I should let my cousin know I'm ready to leave," she stammered. "Don't worry, I will ensure you return home safely. I'm a man of my word, though I have something to show you." "Claire," he exclaimed, intertwining his fingers with hers. Jasmyn opened her mouth to protest, but bit her lower lip as her gaze met his. Warmth spread over her cheeks before casting her gaze to the ground, letting him lead her forward. They walked for a few minutes of silence under the bright full moon. The pungent scent of various flowers filled her nostrils as they emerged from the other side of the woods, approaching a meadow. Bedroom. Xander smirked, hearing her gasp at the view as he led them to a fallen log. Pulling her down beside him, he released her hand, letting it drop into her lap. I love coming here. Late at night. Quiet ambulance. Is that right? Ambience?
Yeah.
Helps me faint, he admitted, breaking the silence. He said he had something to show me, or was it said? Jasmyn teased, gesturing to the glossy lake stretched out before them. Xander shook his head. Do you believe that magic exists? He mused, twisting a gold band on one of his fingers. Jasmyn shrugged her shoulders, watching him, seeing him slide one foot in the soil in a circular motion. As children we want to believe that magic exists, but it's just make believe, she answered, as he finally glanced up and smirked. I think it's easy not to believe in something unless we can witness it with our own eyes. Xander moves, seeing her arch an eyebrow as he removed his jacket. Folded neatly, he set it beside him on the log and continued to undress. Jasmyn's eyes widened shut over her mouth when he held up his hand. A black mist surrounded him, and he was gone. A crow squawked from the trees, startling Jasmyn. The crow landed on top of the pile of clothing. The black mist surrounded the crow, and Xander appeared. He glanced up at her, seeing her covering her mouth with both hands. How'd you do that? She whispered, her hands shaking. Her cheeks flushed, scarlet, relieved to see him put his clothing back on. Xander smirked, retrieving another gold ring from his pocket. The inner band was etched with Latin words. There are things that exist in this world, believed to be fictitious, he answered, extending his hand out for hers. Curious, Jasmyn reached out her hand, letting in place the ring in her palm. Electricity shot through her, making her fingers tingle. He placed his hand over hers. It's a long story. Let's just say a witch offered me her power, he explained, releasing his hand as he watched her turn the ring over in her palm, studying it. Put it on, you'll see what I mean, he suggests, resting his hands on his knees. Magic? Magic isn't real. For all I know, he hid behind the tree. I'm too intoxicated to tell. But I'm not drunk. I only had one drink, she thought, sliding the delicate ring over her left-ended finger. She gasped, feeling power surge in her chest. Xander smiled, slipping an arm around her as his lips caressed hers. Her fingers grasped his hair, pulling his lips closer, returning the kiss. Jasmyn squealed in delight as he gently pushed her off the log. Their limbs tangled together in the moss, embraced in their passion. She turned around to sleep, curled in his arms. When she woke a few hours later, he was gone. As the sun peeked over the horizon, birds carried from the blue spruce trees dotted around meadow. Wildflowers stretched out in lush green fields around the trees. Feeling the warmth of the sun caress her skin, Jasmyn yawned, stretching her long woolly limbs. Climbing to her feet, she dusted flower petals from her dress. How long have I been here? How much time has passed since that event last night? She thought, tucking a loose strand behind one ear, draping one arm over her eyes, as she peered up into the trees, eyeing the birds that chirped happily. A heavy sigh escaped her lips as she approached the meadow. She bent, tapping icy water in her hands, splashing over her face before studying her reflection. She plucked a white blossom and braided back her waist-length hair as she straightened. Hearing the birds chirp once more, she began singing a soft tune. Feeling a surge of power, she felt the soil underneath her bare feet shift. The snow had split as weeds sprouted before a small oak tree began to grow. Red blossom grew from its branches. Well, the man did promise me he showed me proof that magic existed. She pondered, clasped her hands once more, and closed her eyes, trying to draw on her magic. A weight pulled in her belly as her bones creaked and shifted. A black mist surrounded her. A towering green cypress tree had taken her place, covered with red flowers, with a gold band around one of the branches. The birds cried out in fear, flying away. She opened her eyes, distracted by the birds and dust. The black mist surrounded the tree before the girl reappeared. Her dress had slid off her shoulders, falling to the ground. Feeling the warm autumn breeze caress her skin, she hurried to dress and started walking out of the meadow, hoping to find shelter. What was that? Something must have spooked the birds. But nothing is here but me, she mused, chewing on her bottom lip, twisting the gold ring on her left hand. Her thoughts drifted to that fate encounter of meeting the mysterious man.
No, this was a fun story to write. And it was funny because Nicole was saying that it wasn't until after we read today that she noted the little foreshadowing of introducing Varian's brother in the story.
It wasn't that I didn't notice it till now, it's that I kind of overlooked it.
Yeah.
But then you wrote something I had explained to you because you didn't realize you wrote it. It was even funnier.
What?
So, in like old Irish or Gaelic lore?
Oh, the ring. Go.
Yes. That a way to do marriage between mages or people with magic was that you would hand each other a ring and then that would bind your magic to each other before you started a wedding. And it's still done to this day. Like, you see a lot of weddings where they have a piece of rope or a piece of string, they tie it around each other's hand 3 times, power free. It's the same concept.
Yeah, they refer to it, hand fasting, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the fact you wrote that into your story and showed her being tricked into a magical marriage was priceless.
Yeah, I gotta think of how I want to pay that off. That's cool.
Yeah, I was laughing. I was like, you know what you wrote? They're like, no.
A naive girl being seduced by somebody that's infused by magic. Yep.
But definitely thinking you right what happens to Xander and how he gets killed off. Because that's the siren he refers to Nina. Or when Nina Variant said it. Yeah.
Nina.
Then you need to show why she's never be a siren if she's a nymph.
Well, remember, she tells Delilah that he was entrusted into her care. So, actually, there has to be a way that we show he killed himself, because that's what the Reaper said. That's how he gets to the serp under him is that killed himself, right?
Yes. So Reapers are souls that commit suicide and then either regret what they did or still had something to do on Earth that they feel like they have to go back to. I know, it's like, wait, isn't that a spirit? But it's like, no. So Reaper is like someone who commits suicide because they can't live with what's going on in the world. And it's afterwards they regret killing themselves and they want to go back and fix what they did.
Right. But
then you have to explain how he was killed a second time now.
But is he dead? Remember, people relate stories in the way they perceive it. Is it true or not?
Right. But if he died behind a Reaper and he died again, have fun explaining that.
What if he's not dead though?
True. Are you making him come back and be like the Reaper, like Adele?
Yeah.
What? I don't know, but they're showing death behind two servants.
Yeah.
Does that mean that he's still under Nina Sterdan?
Well, she realized that he's not dead and he tricked her.
Yeah. To be fair, you have a mage versus a water fae. It's like, which one would win?
Oh.
You know, Delilah would press her.
Yeah.
Add ideas to story.
All you do is point out plot holes that need to be knocked back and vocal punches.
I'm just saying this made sense. Like, he died from her, but he's turned to Reaper, and then Nina said he died a second time. It's like, that doesn't make any sense unless you have to explain it. That's all.
Yeah. I have ideas.
And I can't wait to write the scene for Delilah showing her that revenge on the Mary's dad. His grandfather.
Yeah.
Here's my food. Grandpa!
You're terrible.
I mean, I did show she's a little unhinged, so you're not really to be surprised with that.
Her element's water, not fire.
Yeah, but there's a type of ice that burns like fire.
No, Nick.
Called hellfire.
Anyway.
Or with nitrate.
Anyway. Join us next time on our combined shenanigans of showing creative stories.
Oh.
I am excited for the next one because it will be themed, and I really hope I get a bat, a vampire bat.
You know, it's hard for me to write vampire and not show him turning it back. It's like, no, I was like, don't go down that route because that's the next one. But I like my vampire because, like, it's not like Donovan. That's what I'm most concerned about.
Right. Because how you made Delilah butterfly wings and butterfly her.
Yeah.
You're like, no!
To be fair, it's like, for Fae, it's either butterfly, a moth, a bee. Like, there's not many. So I've been screwed regardless. Because most Fae wings look like ones that belong to pollinators, so I would still have been screwed.
I just really wrote to write for a vampire bat, thinking like, be out of your prey, turn to a bat and fly away.
Oh, so there's a old version of Joshua where they show him like seducing a woman, and he bites her, and they're like, "Ditto!" Like the mom's about to have turns into a vampire, or like the vampire bat and like flies over.
Yeah.
It's like a giant version of it.
Wow.
Like, are you that, or are you just turning into a little tiny thing?
I don't know, yeah. That's if I get what I want, so.
Yeah.
But
I'll be happy if you're a butterfly or a hummingbird.
But we don't know what else she has on the list yet.
That's true. Oh, what is dragonfly?
Ooh. Well, again, thank you, Nicole, for volunteering to read the story.
Hey, yours was simple compared to mine. I let mine, I was like, crud.
I hope you guys enjoyed this. I had fun, and I wonder if the next two pieces will be intertwined as usual. What happens when you co-write a lot of projects together? To just find a way to meet without.
That will be intriguing. This one's pollinate, so that might be a stretch, this one. But we'll see.
But as always, try to be creative today and blah. As always, find a way to be creative today, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!